Hi traders, welcome to the week ahead. Trust you're having a good weekend. Easter Monday is nearly over for us. It'll be just starting around the corner for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere. Just want to encourage you again not to be fearful of these markets. There's incredible opportunity. Stick to what you know is working. If it doesn't change it, obviously. We're here to help. If you want any help, I'm just basically sticking to my tried and proved bread and butter ways of trading that have always held me in good stead in the past. I'm protecting my capital. I'm trading a little less in terms of lot size, just to be on the safe side because of the extra volatility in the market. Last week we had some really good success. So the week before then, it was just nickels and dimes. So if you're patient, the trades will come to you. With that being said, let's get right into it. We understand that the information in this video is for educational purposes only. We don't offer financial advice. We don't give investment advice. By watching the video, you take full responsibility for any actions or decisions you may take regarding your trading based on any of the educational material that's shared here, and you agree not to hold the distributors of this video series liable for any of the information shared. Okay, that being said, let's get all of that out of the way and get out of here. I want to take a quick look at the economic calendar. A lot of bank holidays because of the Easter weekend, so not going to muck around with this thing, but I'm interested in the trade balance tomorrow around China. The reason I'm interested in that is I want to keep an eye on how China is doing now that they say that they have the virus under control. Nothing, there's not a quick fix to this, okay? But I'm keeping an eye on Chinese data. China is the largest trading partner for New Zealand and Australia, and pretty close to that for a lot of other nations. So if China begins to really recover and the economic data coming out of China proves to be really positive and inflation begins to come up again, you'll begin to see some improvement in some of those other currencies that rely heavily on China's trade. Currencies like Aussie and New Zealand, but we'll have to wait and see. So keeping an eye on that. Not that interested in core retail sales for the States. I'll get up in the morning because it happens at early hours of Thursday morning for me, and I will check to see what's what, but I won't be getting up for it. This is the one that I am interested in. CAD, monetary policy statement, rate statement, overnight rate, is predicted to stay at 0.25. We'll see. I'm interested in the press conference. I'll be getting up for that in the early hours of the morning because I want to see what they've got to say, and I'll be keeping an eye on that. It may or may not move the market, but I want to hear what they've got to say. The other one that I'm keeping an eye on is the employment change and unemployment rate for Australia. It's the non-farm payroll version for the Aussie dollar. Just keeping an eye on that, and I'm not expecting any great rates of change or anything, but I'm aware that it's coming up, and if I am in any trades, I'll be making sure my profits are protected. There's more unemployment claims coming out for the states later in the week. That I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It's anybody's guess as to whether the market will take any notice of this or not. The ADP farm employment changes coming out for Canada as well, and that's always interesting, even though it isn't just a midterm thing. Again, with China, I want to see what the GDP is doing quarter on year. Just interested. I keep an eye on inflation details, and apart from that, it's a pretty light week. So let's get into the charts. And I just got to go find them because they are around here somewhere. I'm going to start with the Aussie pairs. probably won't do all of them, but there are some Aussie pairs that I'm watching pretty closely, and one of them is the Aussie CAD. There was a good move up here, and some of our traders did get a good move, so I can bit of a shout out to Babs. He did well on this. I was not interested in trading it because I'm not sure how this could go, and I was exposed on the US dollar anyway. So that's all good and well, but I am interested in this level here, and we'll change this so you can see it right in here. I want to see if this can get up above here. This was a really good trade for those of you that took it up here. I'm looking for a close above here. Then my plan will be to dip my toe in the water if I get a good bullish signal, you know, an engulfing candle or morning star, you know, something like this here on here. And I will dip my toe in the water with a couple of small lot sizes, and I will be looking to take this high out just in here. Right, Aussie Swiss, it had a good move up last week. It's a good carry trade if you can get in. For me, this key level of 0.62 is key, and I'm not entirely sure that it can break that, quite honestly. Just waiting to see. For me, before I trade it again, you know, key level is here, so not looking at that too closely. Have alarms set on my trading platform. Aussie JPY is a no trade for me at the moment. I guess I'm still a bear on the Aussie dollar, even though we've seen some moves up. I am looking at price structure here, and we can see that we've had the original move down from when it broke up here, just purely on price structure. Sorry, we'll get this done. Don't you just love it when it does this? Oh, come on. So this is the key level there. We'll just plant another one in here. Can't be bothered with this. So originally we had key support up here, and it had this, you know, ran out of steam up in here, and then it had this massive move down. These are the moves that I'm really interested in, and that's what I use what I call my algorithm and my trading platforms for. If you're interested in learning how to do that, give us a yell, because I do have a video series on it, daily candle change, and I'm happy to share that with you. But right now, if this is the breakout from the key support area and you have a move down, then price action would suggest to you that this is the pullback and we're going lower. Of course, that doesn't cut any water with me, because the market always determines what is going to happen. And we have been in a strong downtrend here and all of that, but I'm waiting to see what happens. I don't trade this south simply because it's too expensive for me to hold. And but if I were, this is what I'd be looking at, and I'd be looking for a break of the trend line. And I think that there is quite a key level of support and resistance in here if you went down to a 4-hour chart. But we could go and see. I don't want to waste too much time on this. I know your time is valuable, but no, there's not a lot here that would it'd have to be a break of this level here if I was going to trade it. So no trade. We'll move on. Aussie New Zealand, I'm really interested in. We've had a really good move up on this last week. I don't trade it a lot, but I've been watching it, and I'm watching this because it's at key levels again, right in here. And we've had this move up off the bottom here, and all I'm looking for now is something, you know, something that can suggest to me that it's going to go a little bit higher. And again, this here's the key level. I'd like a retest down into here if I could get it, and then I would be looking to put a pending order in just up here. Aussie USD, We've had this massive move up, and last week it was really good. It was kind to me. I was in this, and oh gosh, I always get caught with this, don't I? Sorry, guys. Righto. Now, we talked about this last week. It could have been a retest and a move down, or it could have been a retest and a move up. We got the move up. I did exactly what I said I would do in the video. Here's my first order here, and then I got back in up here once it took this high. Now we're at key levels. You know, you always let the market decide. You know, you can have every indicator that you know and love and use. Doesn't mean squat. The market tells you which way it's going to go. 64 is a key area here. And for me, I'm looking for a bit of a break here, a bit of a retest somewhere, and then I would be looking to go. That's what my scenario would be if I had a genie in front of me and said, this is what I want to see happen. This is what I'd like to see. Of course, I don't always get what I want to see. But this is the key level in here. And so we're either looking for a bounce or a bounce back down to a retest here. And I would definitely be interested in that. Or else I'm looking for a breakout. But I would want to see a retest first and then move up. CAD Swissy, again, it's back to this critical level here. And I had the critical levels in there. I did not trade this. I'm not convinced this can get up and go. I do see the correlation between the CAD and the oil, but I'm just not, while all is low, I'm reluctant to take this. If we start to see peace between Russia and the big players in OPEC, this could be quite good. This could be a possibility, but we need to see the battle over between Russia and the OPEC nations and other oil nations, and we need to see that settle down and all begin to make a move up. And then I think you might have something that's worth thinking about. CAD JPY. Okay, again, same sort of scenario, no trade here, but here's the key level at 78. Like this here, see the breakout? That was a beautiful candle. It suggested that we were on the way. But what we didn't get was this retest here. If it retested, and we didn't get that, you see. So you can get caught with these things, and this is a pair that I would definitely wait for a retest. I just wouldn't take a breakout unless I saw suddenly prices and all soaring. Yeah, I'd take a breakout like this. So right now, lots of indecision, no trade, just leaving it alone, not trading Swiss JPY. Euro AUD, beautiful move down. Been trading it since we were up here, and then I took the break again from this. And I took my profit off before the market closed at the weekend. And for me, these are key areas again, right in here. So I don't know what the euro's going to do. I mean, remember this? Yeah, going to the moon, and look what happened. Boom. I think that the euro or European bloc countries, I think financially they're in a mess. And I would not mind having a wee bet to suggest that this may go lower, some sort of a retest up in here, who knows. I'd be very wary of getting too excited about another move up. What we'd have to do is just see a break of this here. Good engulfing candle, and I dip my toe in the order, and I would be aiming for this level up here. Euro Caddy. Key inflection point again. The breakdown here was a nice little trade for us, and oopsie, let's just see if we can get out of there. There we go. Key level just in there, just right there. So right now, range bound, no trade. I'm interested if we do get something down through here. I would be keen. Alrighty. Euro Swiss, there's no trade there. Euro pound, I'm watching this with interest. These are the key monthly areas, but here's a shelf in here off the daily chart, and this is the area that I'm watching. I'd like to get something like this sort of candle formation through here, or engulfing candle, good strong candles, and I would be tempted to have a little scalp down into here. This is going to be the key area though. If we do get a little move down into here, then this is the key area. And it's not been able to push past this since March, since earlier this year. So I'm just watching it with interest. And, you know, there's still a lot of uncertainty around the pound and the euro. But this, to me, would be worth a little shot. Failing that, I'm going to be looking for a break off here somewhere. Right, nothing on the Euro JPY, but there is on the Euro NZ, a little bit similar to the Euro AUD. Let's just take a look, see if we can get some levels of some of the higher time frames here. Yeah, it's not really giving me much. Looks like this area in here is an interesting area. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's interesting. So let's go back to the daily. Here we go. So yeah, to me, this is a key area. So anything can happen here. There's no trade at present. I am interested if we do get some sort of a move down. I'd really prefer something like this, and then some sort of a retest. That's what I'd love to see if we live in a perfect world. We'll have to wait and see if we get it. Euro USD. I have been trading this down. Took my profit here. I did not take this. It broke up above 109. So we're stuck in this range again. In fact, I'd like to alter that trend line just in there. Let's see. Get rid of that stuff. I prefer, well, I know 1012 is the key area, and I know that 111 is the key area. One oh 11, sorry. See, that's another key area just in there. I like this pair does like the numbers. Not all pairs do. So 110 I've got marked as a key area as well. Just in there. So as long as this is ranging in between 110 and 109, I'll be leaving it alone. But if we get a break out of this range, I'd be interested in trading it. Try to trade it down here to 108 or back up to 1011 again. Pound AUD, not a lot going on. I had the move down last week, and it's just simply trading the levels. I was willing to take it simply because there was some strength happening in the Aussie dollar. And that was my target, so I was out pretty quick. But there's nothing here at the moment. Just waiting to see if this level, interesting enough, it's a big number. This level's going to hold. If it is going to hold, that'll be great. And in order to get a trade out of it, we really want to see something like this and a break of this level here. Other than that, I'd have to reconsider if we get a bust up through this way. Excuse me a moment, I've got an alarm going on. all good. False alarm. Not every alarm's an alarm you want to jump into a trade on. So that's it there. If we do come up into here, I would then look for for a good bullish signal to go up, but we'd have to break the back into here before we went up from here. Sorry guys, the drawing's not that good, is it? But anyway, that's fine. Okay. Pound Swissy and pound CAD, pretty much the same. This was a nice move up on the pound Swiss, and I do love trading this pair. Don't have to worry about US dollar then. But right now we're at a key inflection point here, and somewhere around here, this pair does like support and resistance numbers around the big number, and we've got price fluctuating around here. For this to go higher, obviously we do need maybe something like this here. It'd be better if it had a retest. It can go either way from here. That's what I'm saying. So right now I'm sitting on the fence. If that's all right, we'll sit on the fence. Right, there's nothing on the pound caddy from memory. No, pound JPY. We're at a key inflection point again. Just been mucking about. You can see this, what it's been doing all week, just going sideways. So this here, yeah. The yen pairs do like, I find, the big number area. So this is going to be a key inflection point around here. That's a nice circle. So keeping an eye on that. One way or the other, it's either going to go down from there. No great revelation, is it? Or we're going up. And that's what I'm watching for. If we're going down, I'd really looking for a break of this level here. And if we're going up, I'm looking for a break, obviously, of this level here. Probably take this out here, and then I might believe it. Pound ZE, very similar, but not as convincing as the pound AUD. Just a lot of sideways movement last week. Then we got this little break. I did not take it. Right now, I'm just being a little bit careful. If I'm exposed in the pound in one pair, I don't like getting exposed in the pound in another at the moment. So I'm just looking at that range there. New Zealand, Swiss, pound pound USD. We didn't really get a move down here. I think we're probably in for just more sideways movement, quite frankly. That's what I see here. So, I just think we're going to stay in this range for a while. That's what I predict along here. And the key levels are going to be here and here. If I'm going to take a trade, I will wait until it breaks out of this range. There's nothing of interest for me on the New Zealand caddy. New Zealand Swissy has been trickling its way up in the last 2 weeks. This is a key area. Again, it is a carry trade, and in these economic conditions and environments, I've got no confidence. So for a decent carry trade at all. So I won't be trading it. New Zealand JPY is a little bit the same, very similar to the Aussie dollar. So watching this, here's the key level here. If you are interested, I just think that this thing's probably going to go lower, and I think that there possibly the range that it will start to go in is somewhere here. I think there's just going to be a lot of sideways movement. For future discussions, we'll just put that in. That'll jog my memory. No trade. New Zealand USD. There's no trade at present. We've beautiful move up, which we spoke about last week. I was in. So I've had two good moves up. And again, it's just support and resistance. Here was the retest. As soon as we came off 59, which was the key support area, engulfing candle, pending order in just up in here, and Bob's your uncle. So right now, we do have an inflection point at around about 161. Now, I don't believe that the New Zealand dollar can get much higher. We're still in a downtrend if you go and have a look at the weekly, and it's going to struggle to get up here under present circumstances. Doesn't mean to say it can't. So for now, I just probably think that we're going to be stuck in a range. You know, it could be here to here. I won't be trading it north unless I get a break of a key level. So a break here or a break here will facilitate me getting in again there and from here. But other than that, no trade, just patience. US caddy I've been staying away from. I got really excited about this here, and it broke the key level of 142, but look, it didn't go anywhere, so there's another few nickels and dimes. Just looks like it's going to range again in here. So right now, I'm not getting too optimistic about it. For me, that's about the range there, and we'll see what happens. USD, Swissy, there's no change. Pardon me in that. I'm not interested in buying it high. Here would be my key levels down in here, and down. I'd definitely be interested in a buy from down here. But right now, it looks like this may be the bottom. For now, a break below that, not that enthusiastic about it. US JPY, you know, this was the trade a couple of weeks ago. And then you can see it just couldn't break this 112 again. And last week, the week before last, it had this other move up. Couldn't break this area. Just couldn't. There was 109.35. You know, this pair likes the big numbers. There's 109 there. Just couldn't do it. If you get a break above here, then you could have a little scalp or a retest of maybe 110, 111. But right now, no trade. Let's have a quick look at gold. Gold was really kind to me, has been for the last few weeks. It's looking like perhaps it does want to go, but this is the mighty wall of China right here at 1700. I'm not really interested. If my momentum indicator showed a little bit of promise in here, you know, look, today it's got up here, but this here is a key level, and if I got a break above here, I'm definitely going to take it. But here's the other key level in here for me. Right now, I just got to stay out. It would have to bottom off here again, and I would take the trade up. A breakthrough here, and I'll be taking the trade down. That's my strategy. So just so we know for next week, through here, I'm interested. Off the bottom, I'm interested. Not too sure about the top here, but I am interested in here. Silver's the same. I think silver's got incredible potential. It's managed to get up here and break 1500. It looks like it's just coming back down, but this is the key area now. If it comes lower, that's okay. I will just buy it from here, and if it comes back down here, I'm definitely buying it again. That was a beautiful trade, and I managed to hang on to it. So let's quickly have a look at the dollar index. Looks like that this 101 is going to be the stopper. There's just, I'd not like to predict this right now while we're under this key area of 100 or 99, 70, whatever you want to call it. I think that we're more than likely just going to keep seeing more sideways stuff. I'm not going to get too excited. I'll get really excited if we see a strong move up above this level again. But right now, I am just staying out of it. There you have it. Now, we just want to have a quick look at oil. Okay, it's trading under 20. Now, again, there's lots of commentators and would-be experts out there. Don't listen to them. Draw your own conclusions. Right now, it's between 15 and 21. If it broke below this, I'd be skeptical. What I'm going to do now is wait for a break. I'm going to wait for the oil wars to finish. And if we can get down to $10 a barrel, like some so-called experts say that we're going to, I'm not sure that I would risk trading it down there, but I'm certainly looking at buying it from here. Because when all this mess is over, there's going to be some really good trades. So take care out there, traders. Hope this has been happening. Stay tuned into the chat box. I'll keep you posted of anything. Right now, there's nothing that floats my boat for the day. Probably won't be coming in, anything coming in on my radar until tomorrow after the Easter weekend. So enjoy your Easter Monday for those of you that live in the Northern Hemisphere. And again, I know you might get sick of hearing this, protect your capital. Trade with your stop losses. When you go into a trade, make sure that you're within your risk-reward ratio, whether it's 1%, 2%, or 5%, whatever you want to do. It's your business. But stick to your rules. And if your strategy isn't working, have the courage to reach out and get some help. And don't go jumping from one strategy to the other just because your old strategies stopped working. If you had a good strategy when the market conditions were right, the chances are it's still okay. There's no gold pot under a rainbow. Trading is just common sense, support and resistance, learning to read the market, learning to surf the waves of the market. Let the market tell you where it's going. Don't get caught up in all the crap and the hype that's out there just because you're desperate to be successful as a trader. And I'm sure that you'll know people like that. So take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the chat room. Cheers.